How to use your PractiCAD layer mechanism working with tags. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to make sure your tags get placed on the proper layers using the conditions in the layer mechanism. They actually work exactly like fittings. You will notice here that I've got multiple layers created on our template. Two of them are meant for text: supply high pressure text and supply low pressure text. When I go to grab a fitting, however, and I place it on my drawing, you will see that these tags, if I click on them, are going to the current layer. That is because we haven't created the proper condition set for tags. To do this, we're going to go into the library icon once again on the PractiCAD ribbon and go back into the layer mechanism we were working with earlier. We're going to go under presets to layers, and we're going to choose the entity instead of fitting. We're going to choose tag. Here we're going to create two layers. The first layer is going to be our ML supply low pressure text, and we're going to state that the condition will be zone equals supply, and check this box, and specification will equal our low pressure spec. So we're going to choose specification equals 2-inch water gauge. Once again, check the box. The second we're going to create is going to be the ML high pressure. Once again, everything must be capitalized correctly. It is case sensitive. Here we're going to say the zone must equal supply, and the specification will equal our two high pressure specs, exactly like we did with the fittings in the earlier tutorial. I'm going to choose 4-inch and equal to 6-inch. Once again, I'm going to check these boxes. Now I've got the proper layers set. So if I exit out and we go to use these tags, we'll find out if we've done it correctly. Let's delete this piece of duct. Let's make sure we're in a supply low pressure specification or 2-inch water gauge. Let's put a piece of duct on the drawing, and let's make sure that these tags go to the right layer. We can see here by clicking on the tags, they go to ML supply low pressure text. If we do change the specification to, let's say, 6-inch water gauge or our high pressure, now if we place this on the drawing, we should see that these tags are going to the high pressure. Now what we need to do is create what happens if in fact we do place a tag on the drawing that doesn't meet any of our conditions. Once again, we're talking about our default layer. To create the default layer for tags, we're going to go into library and go back to our layer mechanism under presets. Here we're going to go back to tag, and we're going to say right here where we put the name of our default layer, we're going to call this miscellaneous text. Once again, if PractiCAD has a tag that's placed on the drawing, it's going to go to this line first and condition set. If it doesn't meet this condition set, it will go to the next condition set. If it doesn't meet this condition set or any other one, it will go to the miscellaneous text layer. This layer is currently not on my template. So once again, if we do pick a tag that doesn't meet the conditions, if this layer has not been created, PractiCAD will create that layer for us. So now I have my default layer created. The last thing we're going to do in this tutorial is we're going to create a tag that we want to act differently than the conditions we have here. For example, imagine we'd like our elevation tags to go on an elevation layer. Now, if I were to currently put a piece of duct on the drawing, notice that I am in the supply 6-inch water gauge or high pressure. If I were come to my tag bin and choose this elevation 0 NL, that is actually the name of the tag, the property name. If I choose this tag and I go to click on this duct, you will notice that PractiCAD, rightfully so, puts it on the ML supply high pressure. But if I would like this tag to go on its own separate layer called elevation text, and I would like it to ignore the fact that it's in the zone supply and it's in the 6-inch water gauge high pressure, I don't want it to go to this layer. I must create an individual unique condition set and move it up in priority, just like we did for fittings in the earlier tutorial. To demonstrate this, I'm going to go into Library and go back to our layer section. Right here, we're going to click on Tag, and we're going to create a new layer, which we're going to call underscore ML underscore elevation text. Now, when I say higher in priority, once again, we mean at the top of the list. You can see here that PractiCAD has created this line above the other two, so it's actually first in priority. However, if it was created down here, we would want to move elevation text up in priority. And the condition set we're going to create here is we're going to say N for name, the property name. When the name of a tag equals, and we're going to spell it out as we read it, elevation space 0 space NL. Once again, it's case sensitive, it must be correct. We're going to hit the checkbox. What this will do now is PractiCAD will come to this line first, and if the name of that tag is not elevation 0 no leader, it will jump to the next line. Often we're going to put a whole variety of tags here. Usually it would say equal to elevation 0 no leader plus equal to the name of another type of tag. We will see if we did this right. We're going to go over to Save Diskette, and we're going to exit out of the library. Now, if I were to come and take an elevation tag, 0 no leader, this specific one, and click on this duct and place it here, and we click on it, you will notice that it is going to the ML elevation tag layer. It's actually created that layer for us because we didn't build it in our layer template. Also, if we were to come and change to a return zone, which we haven't specified layers for yet in these tutorials, you'll notice that these tags are going to the miscellaneous text layer because it's going to the default layer because we haven't created a condition set yet for zone equals return and the high pressure specification. So tags work exactly like any other entity. This is how to get tags on the proper layer using the proper condition set.